Hi there Capricorn, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your monthly intuitive tarot reading for August. Let's see what comes up for you Capricorn. I'm going to start with the Sacred Power reading cards. Really beautiful cards here, high energy, a little bit tricky to shuffle, but we'll see what comes out. Is the message please? This one's poking out. Ooh, lightning. That is very much a card for me of the Kundalini or spiritual awakening energy, energetic upgrades. Don't knock it guys if you don't believe it, because that's a true thing. Trust me. Soul journey. Yeah, I mean maybe you're seeking. Maybe it's time for you to go through that kind of awakening here. I mean, we've got the imagery again. I think we're in a time of mass awakening at the moment. Maybe you believe that, maybe you don't. But it's been prophesized for many years. Let's see what else comes out, Capricorn, from the Work Your Light deck. See if that brings us back down to ground. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Well, I would say very much so that your soul is calling you to do something that's on your soul's journey, that maybe this is time for you to step onto a path that's been planned. Maybe you signed up for it before you came into this existence. Maybe there's a deeper call burning, whatever you believe in. You know, maybe this time that we're facing now has made you realize that there just might be something else that you're destined to do, and you might be wondering what that is. I just started shuffling again. I don't usually pull two of these, but hey, why not? I'm going to today. Oh, and guess what it is? The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. I really think some of you are stepping onto a very much a predestined path here. This is again, look, it's all about that energy rising from the root to the crown. We've got that all over this reading. So why not get a Yogic path card while we're at it? Oracle cards are plenty, guys. Capricorn. Card, please, for Capricorn. Bhakti. Beautiful. Such beautiful colours in that card. Now, Bhakti is all about devotion, guys. It says you've begun walking a path of devotion to something greater than yourself. So some of you might be really starting to feel that sense of spirituality and tuning into that and kind of talking to your angel spirits and guides. They're always there if you want to. Okay, Capricorn, let's get the message out. So I'm going to start here with the recent past. See what you might have been journeying leading up until August. From the previous month or two. Oh, Death with the Two of Cups. Okay, so some of you may have either ended a connection or gone through a sense of transformation of a connection, also maybe repairing a relationship. We'll see what else comes out. I'm going to have to shift these, Capricorn. So that's your recent past. Let's go for the present energy. Okay, we've got the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. They're coming out in groups. So yeah, we can see that sense of, you know, potential struggle or, you know, a release, a weight, sort of a burden needing to be released, which could relate to that connection or, you know, what you've been journeying in that connection with someone. So let's get the blocks or challenges now. Yeah, wondering whether or not to move on or whether there's anything that can be salvaged here. And we've got your advice from Spirit or Tarot. We've got the Four of Cups. So yeah, I mean, that might be really assessing whether you want to reconnect with this or not. Oh, here it goes, the 10 of Wands. This is the outcome energy, so going from the 9 to the 10. So it does look like there is a completion here, guys. I don't usually turn off the bottom of the deck. We've got the 5 of Wands here, so we can see that there has been some sense of struggle here. some conflict or tension. Let's get the clarifiers out. Starting with the clarifier for that Two of Cups Death card combination. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of like kind of argumentative energy over this kind of reading. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign energy. Yeah. I've got the Devil here, guys. We've also got Temperance that came out with it as well. Got plenty of cards here, that's all I can say. Right, let's get the other ones out. Bit of a shuffle. We have got the Chariot. Absolutely, it's moving on energy. I think you know you want to do that. Clarifying the Four of Cups, we've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's not without its hurt, but I think you know what the best thing is to do for you. We've got the Page of Cups here with the Ten of Wands. Okay guys, let's read the energies here. So in the recent past, you have got the Two of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the energy of death. So there is a sense here that you are coming to a completion in a connection. It's not limited to love, guys, although for most of you this will be. I never read them specifically in that direction because it is a general reading. Two of Cups can stand for that sort of creative partnership energy, friendship as well. But, you know, generally it's a love energy, the soulmate, twin flame connection or partner. And the Knight of Swords says that, you know, there might have been some harsh communication, some tension or conflict in the situation. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. But there's a sense here that it's time to let something go, to surrender, to maybe let this connection come to an end. It might have served its purpose. The Death is about clearing the slate so that you can allow a new beginning to come in for you. That's the energy of death, and I do talk about, you know, the birth, death and rebirth cycle when I see this card, and also the fact that for me this is a very cyclic energy, and it's that everything generally, some of us, you know, may find life partnership. Even within life partnership, I think it goes through those cycles of sometimes, you know, it's amazing, and other times we're journeying difficulties. I talk about it like the seasons, you know, from the spring where the connection is just maybe getting established, you know, to the height of it, the honeymoon period with the summer, to the fall and winter where, you know, things start to settle down, the leaves fall away, and we are faced with the decision, do we want to keep this connection, the embers burning, or do we want to leave it? You know, and I think you are facing the winter of this connection, and maybe things have gotten a little bit harsh. The Knight of Swords can be the kind of harsh communication, maybe the arguments, that kind of energy. Because in the present energy, we do see a lot of struggle in this situation. Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, the Devil, which is called oppression in this deck, and then our saving grace at the end of it, the Temperance energy. So let's look at these three first. So yeah, Five of Swords, I think there has been, like I said before, struggles, conflict, maybe feeling conflicted about what to do. I think it's gotten a little bit like, you know, people of you and your partner or whoever you're dealing with have got the knives out. There's a sense of maybe trying to walk away the winner here. There might be assets involved in that kind of thing. We have a sense of maybe competing against each other, using, you know, powers and energy against each other in unconstructive ways. The Devil here, I mean, it says that there is a sense of toxicity about the situation that's really gone sour. It could mean that there is, obviously, you know, there could be codependency or even addiction issues or just manipulation as well. I mean, the Swords is the energy of the mind. You could be both trying to manipulate each other to come out of this on top. But this is when we're using this kind of energy, there's a cost to it. We have to ask ourselves, what is the cost of that win? Right? Because it's a little bit backhanded with the Devil energy. There's a sense here of this kind of holding you stuck or keeping you small in a way, so we really want to rise above it. The Nine of Wands is like, okay, we're almost letting this go, but we're not quite. We're not at the Ten of Wands yet. We will be potentially by the end of the month or sometime during this month, but at the moment there's a sense of holding on, staying in that toxic energy, staying in the fight. I think it's time to make a decision. Number 5, the number of conflict, also the number of change. Something's got to give, guys. You know, that 9 of Wands shows me that you are starting to feel the wear and tear, you know, getting to the end of your tether. You've got the battle scars here. You're dreaming about somewhere brighter, greener pastures, but at the moment you're in fight or flight and you're still in this connection and looking over your shoulder and wanting to complete it but not quite being able to step over the line. But Temperance is here to soothe you. I mean, Temperance is actually the energy that follows on from the Death card in the Major Arcana, so it's perfect. It's saying, you know what, if you do end this, you know, rip the band-aid off and get out of this connection, and I'll hold you and I'll guide you forward. Temperance is the tempering energy. You know, it's about the emotional rebalancing, the healing, the recalibration, and the rebirth. So we do have a strong sense of rebirth in this reading, and you know, it's great to see those kind of soothing energies that come in after the kind of ending energy. It's about rebalancing and restabilizing yourself, making sure that your, you know, mental, physical, and emotional health is in the right place, getting the right ingredients together in order to move on from this connection. Because I do see that here in this reading, and there's always free will, guys, you don't have to, but the energy is here for it. So the blocks and challenges, I feel, is whether to stay or go from this connection, or whether you feel like you can. I mean, we've got 2 indicators here of moving on. The person in the 8 of Cups is moving away from a situation because there's not the level of emotional fulfillment that's desired. There is a certain amount. There's 8 cups here, don't get me wrong. There's been good times in this connection. However, there's always been a fundamental piece missing, which could have been a key value. You wanted different futures. You didn't quite align. You just weren't happy with this person, and it could be because that person had a bit of a temper, or maybe was even a little bit of a narcissist with that 5 of Swords and Devil energy. So the person in the 8 of Cups turns their back on the situation to go and seek the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. You've got a bigger wish. You know you can have more than this, and that's what you want. Intuitively, you know it. But there's a sense here that maybe, you know, with that 9 of Wands, you can't quite get yourself over the line to say, hey, I'm off. But you really do want to get on that unicorn and ride into a brighter time. The Chariot is a victory, but it's a proper victory, not like a 5 of Swords victory. It's a, I've done the right thing and now I can move on. It's about being aligned and congruent and clear in your decisions in order to move forward. It's the person that's very clear on what they want and is not hovering around a 9 that can move forward at pace. And the Chariot, the message with this is sometimes you need to leave a comfort zone in order to move on to somewhere greater. So I feel like there is a reason why you've been holding on, staying around that 9 of Wands, because there may be a codependency, maybe a financial codependency. Gosh, it's very difficult these days to, if you want to live on your own, you know, partnerships are great financially, so there could be that. You might have to relocate. There's also a sense here that maybe, you know, with that Devil energy, there is a binding between you two that has become the comfortable numb. But, you know, we need to rise above that. But it's a beautiful card, and I do feel like that is coming for you, Saggy. Now, we've got here in the advice from Spirit or Tarot, it is, you know what, you're going to have to go through the hurt. It's inevitable. But the hurt is the first part of the new beginning, because once we're kind of exposed our heart and we're, you know, in the bleeding heart stage where we're tears and, oh, you know, that first part where it's, oh, I'm never going to find anyone else, or life's over, that sort of thing, it feels chaotic and terrible. However, it is the first step on the healing process, and it's always the worst, and it doesn't get much worse again after that. 3 swords here, but we've got 3 new cups here, which is a manifestation of something new. The advice from Spirit or Tarot is to go there, to feel the hurt so that you can move on. Because if you don't go through that, then you won't be able to accept the missing piece when it comes in, because you'll still be harboring the hurt of this situation. So we want to feel it, we want to process it, we want to get it out, we want to move on, we want to make sure that we're ready to manifest the new love, we're ready to accept it when it comes in. The Four of Cups can also mean that maybe this person's going to come back and try and win you over, come in with the apology. Well, consider it very carefully. I do feel that you have already retreated your energy and cut off from that. There's a sense here of being shut down to it anyway, because you've got a bigger dream here. So in the outcome energy, we have got the Ten of Wands and the Page of Cups. I think by the end of the month, you are going to get that strength and courage that you need to shift the 9 to a 10, completion. I need to release this burden. It's held me back and weighed me down for too long. I need to release that toxicity from my life because it's blocking my vision. It's stopping me from seeing the offer of the missing cup that's at the end of this reading, waiting for you, but you can't see it while you're still holding this load. We need to release it. We need to deal with the hurt. So that's what we see here with the Ten of Wands. It's like we need to let this go. Now the Page of Cups, I feel, is the real deal, that real missing piece that you have been looking for. And the Page of Cups is this beautiful kind of fun, playful, almost kind of young energy. It is that kind of rebirth. It is also saying that love, that great love that you are looking for will be there for you. And it might just come in a different form from what you've expected. The Page of Cups can be a little quirky, a little eccentric, a little different. It can be about expecting the unexpected, like a fish jumping out of the cup, which is the Rider version of this card. It is about synchronicity. So it's saying that we need to release this situation so that we can open up that vortex and open ourselves up to what really wants to come through for you. It's that magic, that's the magic that clears the slate. The death energy wants to clear the slate for you so that the offer, the missing piece that you've been searching, can then begin to slot into place for you. Feel free to leave me a comment if it does. I know it's kind of heavy duty. However, we all go through the winter in situations that we need to release so that we can let in something new. I do read all the comments, guys. I try to respond to as many as I can, and it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. Also, keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, obviously quite specific, not going to be everyone's reading, and that's absolutely fine. These messages find and reach the people they are meant for. It might be your one next time anyway. So guys, I will see you back here same time, same place for a weekly message next week.